When the birdmen accepted Ifirul's deal, he knew that granting their species access to mind magic would be easy for him. There was only the matter of giving them their own god to worship. And as always, when a problem wouldn't also serve to advance his research, he delegated. The songsters were capable builders, not as tech-savvy as the humans who built Skybase, but he just needed a giant construct and no tricks. With proper incentive in place in the form of hostages, Ifirul put Takor in charge. A team was formed, and together they started building the Sacrosanct Spires, with its pretend god as the centerpiece, the giant Estresti. But Takor was no fool. He knew all too well that Ifirul wouldn't stop until every single shred of life had been exploited or corrupted. On the third night, the songsters performed a ritual chant to summon a vision of the distant future to Takor's mind. Skybase, the regulator of climate, corrupted. The death of all fauna and flora. The megacity completely razed. His land reduced to an ocean of blue sand. The tech-savvy humans, their souls detached from their bodies and tethered to cyborgs by a wicked machine. Forced to live in despair, their minds food for a growing sea monster. A world without sun, without hope, and the moon sunken into the abyssal depths. And his own people, what cruel fate. Heroes of the future, this world's only hope. Capable, yet without any means to reach Skybase, with power offline. The vision faded, and Takor focused his mind on dreaming a sanguine dream. The next morning, he woke up with purpose, and when the time came, the heroes would have the spark needed to reclaim their world. The solution had to be simple. It would be invisible to Ifirul and his elitist mind. And so they built electricity on a vertical power rail connected to the planet's grid. And for the final touch, they raised an enormous slab of stone for the giant statue to hold firmly in its hands. The most primitive form of battery, which, when dropped, would grind on the rail and return power to the grid. Their plan worked. Ifirul wrote it off as purely artistic choice. Centuries went by, and with the rise of the Fleshmancer, the world lay helpless as Takor's vision of suffering and destruction came to be. All the while, electricity stood there, never getting so much as a second look from Ifirul. For centuries and more, the failsafe was hidden in plain sight, ready to support the heroes of the future in their last-ditch effort to reclaim this world. While Takor wouldn't live to see the day of their arrival, he died knowing that his world, and his people, at least stood a chance. The end.